Hello, welcome to Spy Money. Going to do Wednesday afternoon market recap, and I have been out of town, and I'm actually on someone else's computer right now. So if things don't go correctly, I'm very sorry. I am on Dolls in our Discord group on her computer. I had to download some programs, and I brought my external hard drive so we can try to do this. This is not exactly in the area that I want to do this, but this is going to have to work out for us today. So we're trying to get started here. We're just going to ES, and let's see here. Why is that not? There we go. All right. So again, this is not my computer, so hers is set up a little different. So excuse the issues here. Hello, Robert. And all right, so let's start off with the ES. I have not been in the stocks today. I didn't trade yesterday. I didn't trade today. I did sell AMD yesterday, but I have not been trading because I've been out of town. I buy investment property and pay cash for it, and then I find buyers and I owner finance it to those people. And I had to leave town to take care of a property. I got it all marketed, come in town, showed it to the very first person who sold it. And we're signing all the mortgage papers and everything tomorrow. Then I will be heading back home on Friday and get back to normal. So the last couple of days have been a little different. I am going to do a video talking about how to buy investment properties and do what I do. It's going to be for our Discord members, so I'll put it in there, let them watch it. If you're not part of our Discord, then there is a link down in the bottom that will allow you to go to SpyMoneyLLC.com, and then you can read all about our Discord channel. I have online courses to help teach you trading with futures, future contracts, future options, equity options, equities. We have a new one I just posted is scalping, how to scalp options. And that actually works with about anything you want to scalp, but this one's actually geared toward the options. And there's some people that have taken our course. They've had a learning curve. It looks like today most of them are starting to understand how it works. One person made roughly $400 today just off of scalping. The course is only $99, so he more than paid for his course today. So congratulations, Brian, on that. That's a great job. Really happy for you. So right now we are looking at the 5-minute. We don't want to look at 5-minute for a recap. We're going to look at the 15. And it's been kind of a little bit of a roller coaster. Like yesterday, Tuesday, it actually spiked up, and then right at the opening it sold off. It based across, and then it had a little rally, based again. This base is called consolidation. With consolidation, if you're in options, you are losing money here. You do not make money in consolidation. So what you do is wait on that big rip. As soon as it takes off, you get in it and you ride this out. So today it took off. I think it was right around 8 o'clock this morning. They started pumping it. And let's see here. Yeah, 8 o'clock it started taking off. I almost got into 3 ES calls today, but I was going to be away from the computer. That my service is real spotty up here on my phone, so I was actually concerned about getting in a trade. So I just kept my money. I've got the same money in my account right now as what I did this morning, and I'm okay with that. I'll probably do a little bit of trading tonight. I might do some future scalping. I like to get into maybe some NG if it's doing good. I haven't looked at it today, so. But enough about all that. You're welcome, Brian. Hey, I'm just really happy for you, buddy. I like to see people make money. Love it, especially when I have a part of it. That even makes me feel better. So we're looking at the 30-minute chart here, and see if I can get it moved back. Again, this is not my computer. The 30-minute chart, we have just a good solid trend going up. Yeah, there's some dips and so forth, but for the most part, it's a good solid trend. So let's see here. She doesn't have that on hers. How do I get that on there? Get drawings. I have to put this on hers. I set up a lot of things on another one we were doing, but for the most part, the trend is kind of going up. Now, I'm not drawing a trend line per se. I'm just drawing an area that we were bouncing on top, a little bit on the top here, started bouncing a little on the bottom. I mean, this isn't an exact trend, but for the most part, it actually works out. Let's see here. Everybody tell Josh hi. You will have to type it in. Josh is deaf and he can't hear me talking, but later today, when this gets recorded and closed caption gets on, then he'll be able to know what's going on. But type a little message down into the chat there and tell Josh hi. He'd appreciate it. So anyway, this is a good solid trend going up, and where will it stop? You know what? It's hard to say. I'm going to go back. The way they're doing it, it almost looks like if they're going to go ahead and pump it back to the 3,400. And if we get it back to 33.9750 was a high, we're actually headed that way. When you look at these fibs, we broke the 61, broke the 50, now or broke the 38. So we are going to possibly go right on up to the 0%, which is going to be the 33.97. I have been bearish right through here. I have been bearish right through here, and the market just proves me wrong every time. So now that I'm saying that we may go ahead and continue up, it will reverse probably. So that's probably where we're going to be. It's hard to predict the market right now. You don't know what they're going to do, but this is one big old huge push right here. This is a 4-hour chart, and the last time we had that, we ended up having a pullback. So you've got this right here, and this right here is about the same level. So if we do let's see here, if we do from right here up to right here, and then if we duplicate that drawing, and I need to add this or set up her drawings on here. Let's see, where is, I don't see it. I thought she had it set up on here, but I guess she don't. I can't move that over. Should be a pan tool in there, and I don't see it. Guys, I'm sorry about this. There's a pan. So here's a pan. We would take this one and move it right up here, and we're going to bring this one down. So according to that one, we are about the same distance. So this one here, yeah, we're about the same distance right now, but we're not the same height. So if we look at this run that we had, and this is based over, we were actually looking to possibly get up to here, which is going to bring to 30.48. I think probably now that we're broke out of here, our next stop is probably 31.06. And if we get there, then I think that's going to be pretty good, actually. Let's see, get rid of that one. So I think that the way things are moving, we had this big old, get back over to it. Let's see here, and I should have done this before I got on here. I didn't even think about it. Trend line. So we are looking. I told you I was going to mess up. The way this one run up, and then it had a big pullback here, run up, and we had this little pullback. It looks like that we're probably, these two right here are basically the same length. So that's what we're probably looking at there. So this is probably going to bring it up to probably the 31.06 area. I would say that's going to be our next resistance. No guarantee on that, so don't set your trades and walk away. You want to look at them to make sure, but that's where it looks like we're going. Eventually, the way that they were moving the market, it wouldn't shock me if we actually go ahead and go back up to the 3,400 mark up in here. But we've got some resistance levels to get in there and break first. One of them is this 23.6 is actually right on that one. So that's the 31.06. I think that is going to be our next breaking point. This could easily pull back, though. So don't get in a trade and say, well, Brad said it's going to go here. Because, for one, I don't know where it's going to go. I'm just trying to project, and it's been real hard to project that market. When you look at this, we actually broke this line here. When we broke that this morning, I almost jumped in, but again, I was going to be out and about, and I was afraid to get in a trade, and it goes south on me and me not even know it. With future options, you can't set stops. If I could set a stop and a limit both on future option, then I would do it and get in it and walk away. So right now, currently, we are in very strong bullish. We're probably looking at 3106. We may be there by morning. I never know. We are showing that the RSI is overbought. So that's a good sign that we could pull back. Anytime you have a big run like that, usually you will have a pullback. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. We've got gold. So we go back to a 1 hour. Gold shot up at the end of the day. It's up in here now. So, I mean, they're really pumping the market right now. This gold looked like it was going to go ahead and continue to sell off, but it hasn't. So it's been kind of in a downward motion here. So when you look at this, see that trend line up there. This trend line is not accurate yet, but it's something to work on right now. We'll probably end up raising it up to where we get across the top of these right here. And that might be a trend. So when this comes up and touches again, it'll probably come right back down. So we'll have to wait on gold. There's so much to say about the market right now that it's not actually that predictable. Everything's kind of going against logic. Go to crude oil. Crude oil actually broke this trend and it's taken off. So it looks like crude oil is trying to go, but we've got this 200 up here that's got to contend with, and it went right up to it pretty close and then just bounced off. We'll probably end up coming right back up because we're staying on this the indicators we have here, the EMAs. It's staying right on it, but we overshot it and now we've come back. So, and we've got overbought here. MACD's turning down, so it looks like that. We're probably just done pulling back. It's actually rounding out here. So when you look at this and it's coming down and it's starting to round up, now we're making higher lows. So here was the low, a higher low, and a higher low. So everything's kind of going up. So just be careful on that. Our MACD is still showing down, so just be careful. But it looks like by our candles, we're actually going that way. So when you look at the 15 minute, a 15 minute is actually trying to turn, but it would have to break the 1556 and hold before I would be a player on crude oil. It looks like it's actually going that way there. But 1556 would have to break and hold before I would even consider it. So if we go back to the 1 hour, we'll go to the Qs. Qs is doing the exact same thing. Look at that high though. I mean, it's just crazy. It is just like on fire. This is one that I wish I was in right now, but it's just not the time for me right now. Losing a lot of potential profits right now. I mean, if I'd got in this morning, going from 87.33, so from here to here is almost 5%. So that's in the options, 5% is like ridiculous money. That's probably, if you're doing a short-term option, 5% gain like that, you could easily do 300-400% easily. Especially if you got in right here and took this one without all that consolidation. That was at 7:45 this morning. So if you got in there and just rode this all day, I mean, that's phenomenal money. So if you got in the Qs, like QQQ or TQQQ, something like that, you made money today. Go into natural gas. Natural gas looks like it's pulled back. Natural gas was not the play today. Looks like you could have shorted it and done pretty good. It went from yesterday, I rode this one all the way up. I rode calls, or not yesterday, day 4 yesterday. I rode calls all the way up through here. So is that Monday? Let's see, Tuesday. Let's see, when did I? See, today's, so I drove in yesterday. So I rode I rode the calls and I ended up selling them. I think I sold them right on through here. I didn't let it go all the way. I wish I would have. But I sold these. So now actually I sold these on the night. I sold these on this mark right here. That's where I sold them. And then I got out because I sold them before I went to bed on natural gas calls. And I made pretty good money on them. I don't remember the exact amount. Made pretty good on them. And then with this consolidation, I stayed out. I was actually driving on the road during this time, so I wasn't even in it. So natural gas looks like it's trying to pull back. And where is it going to go, you ask? It's probably possibly. It's hard to work off someone else's computer. Possibly come back to the trend down here, but I kind of think it's probably going to come down and rest right around 185, and then probably pop on up, and I think it's going to break. If we look at a 4 hour, let me change this up here or something. That's where my problem is. So we'll do 100. There we go. So by looking at this, we have this channel that's been kind of running in. Right here's the pivot. Right here's the top channel. But we have an uptrend right now. So this was the low, higher low, higher low, and this one didn't even make it. So this one, with it being up there, and then so now we're kind of running in a little bit of a channel here. So if we come back to this one, and then if we do this one here, so that's almost like an ascending, broadening wedge pattern, because you have a smaller gap here, you have a larger gap here. But the way it's playing, it's like it's playing, it's coming down, and this is like a base right here, and then it's just trying to consolidate up. But each one of these gets a little bit smaller. So this one here, it may come down to probably the 118, 185, somewhere through there, but I would say that it'll probably not make it down that far, and then reverse. And next time it comes up, it should break this and come right on up to the 211. That's going to be our next resistance. So natural gas is going to be some wild rides over the next few days because it's in a little bit of a consolidation period. Tonight, it may go ahead and sell off all night. I mean, you can see here the way it sold off and then based over. This one has sold off there, based over, sold off. Now it's trying to base. So by tomorrow morning, this may go ahead and drop down and come down to this trend level. The trend is a possibility, but if it does, I think it'll probably be over a few days. I don't think it'll do it overnight. The last time that it dropped like it took about a day and a half or 2 days for it to do it. But then in one day, it shot up all the way to 200. So natural gas is one that is probably in a downward spiral right now, but it's just how far it goes, I'm not real sure yet. But it is definitely coming down. The trend actually shows it that way as well. You had this big old rally, you got a base, and it's probably going to just keep on dropping. Then we go to, let's go to Walmart. Walmart sold off pretty hard today. I'd like to see it go ahead and sell off again tomorrow. We broke this channel that we were in, and with it breaking that channel, that makes me think that it's probably coming back down to the 119.56 area. I would love to see this thing gap down and sell off to that tomorrow. That would be real good. I've got some puts in it. I know some people in our group bought some calls in it today, and they had this little move right here. One person made 70% today using that scalping class that I used, and she ended up getting in it and 70%. So congratulations, Sarah. I think it's great. Several people made some money on this little scalp right here. Real happy for them. Let's see. Tesla was a big move today. They had a surprise earnings report today, and then they had some other news. I can't remember what it was, but it actually pushed it up even more. So they had that surprise money-making ideas and stuff that he's doing. So with the books getting stronger, the stock gets stronger. And it jumped up, what is that today? From, what was that, 73, 75 points or so that it jumped up after hours. TLT, I'm surprised it is not down further than what it is. TLT should have really sold off, and it hasn't. It's actually trying to hover around there. It's not really, but it was almost a head and shoulders. That was almost a shoulder. Here's the head, and then here's another shoulder. So it's not a perfect one, but it could be. And the way the market's moving, it would actually make sense that this would be a head and shoulders and sell off here. I'd love to see this one come back down and get down around through here, the 163.20. So it could easily sell off in 1 day for that. So if you're in TLT puts longer term, then you should be fine. We got SPY. It just keeps on going. We're at 296 right now. We're close to hitting the 300 mark. I know that there's one guy in our group that has been paying for 300 for a while. He has a ton of money in SPY, so he's trying to get that to come up. So there's Deb. Say hi, Deb.
Hi.
They can't hear you. Just talk louder.
Hi.
Yeah, y'all hear her? Now we got the dogs going. Now we got Brooklyn coming. Brooklyn and Bentley. So we got SPR, which is like BA, same thing, and it's going up. I'll go over the BA chart first. Roku, I have not looked at today. It looks like it's trying to sell off. I'm shocked. I thought that it would be going up with it. Now, looking at this chart, I think tonight it's going to gap up. We're resting on that 200, so it looks like that we are probably going to gap up. So we'll have to wait in the morning. Every time it's touched this 200, it's gapped up. This is a 1 hour chart. So if it gaps up tomorrow, we could easily hit the 128.91 real easy. But if it gaps up, it will probably rage up to the 136.30, somewhere through there. That's where our next fib is. Netflix, depressingly selling off the whole time. It hit earnings and it's just dropped on down. So it's not been the best. Here's one that really gets you. Is Norwegian. Norwegian, they're not even running cruises or anything, and this thing has been flying. I sold my calls on this a long time ago because it was just not doing anything. I got pretty much, I think I made very little money on it. I mean, it was just pennies. But I got out of it because I thought it was going to keep on selling off, and look there. It just flew. Several people in our group are still holding those. So, Brooklyn. Brooklyn is a little English bulldog. She's very, very tiny. She's my buddy. And Bentley is, I guess, I don't know what kind of bulldog it is. I'll find out. Then we have Microsoft. Microsoft just flew today. What kind of bulldog is Bentley?
English.
I thought she was English.
French.
Brooklyn's a French bulldog, and Bentley's English bulldog. So Microsoft took off today, had great reports and everything, and the earnings report, and it just flew. So Microsoft is probably going to continue and just keep on breaking new records. Would I get in Microsoft right now? No, because there's a good chance it might pull back a little bit. But whoever's in Microsoft should be happy. I think I've got Microsoft calls. I might. I have to look. We go up to Kohl's. Just has been rocketing. Kohl's is not even open, so I don't know how it can actually come down. And then we have Google. Google is flying. It had good earnings yesterday, and it has continued to go up. So that is one that kind of wish I'd have held on to, but I never. I still made $300 some on it, so I took my money. And this market, if you have profit, I suggest you take it. Swinging stocks long term is hard right now. Disney has just flown 114.70 today. That is just crazy. Look at that. The last last 3 days it's just rocketing. So Disney is 2 theme parks shut down. The market makes no sense. No one's making any money. Everybody's shut down, and the rocket's moving. You all figure that one out. Find end up having a big sell-off the other day, and it's still basing over. There's a good chance that this will probably continue to sell off until you get the earnings, and then it will probably take off. Bind is actually making some pretty good money right now because everybody's having the issues with the meat. So they make the fake meat, so they should be able to produce as much as they want. Then you have BA. It actually broke the trend and went up. Bounce back. BA, I am bullish on. It actually, the earnings, it actually took off right here, and then where it's bounced. Hi, Stacy. Then it actually took off. So BA spending mad cash, and their stock is raging. Makes no sense. Yeah, I hear you, Billy. They have a ton of cash though. So for them spending money, but them cutting everything back has made them spend less money. So they're actually spending less, and they're still bringing in money from all the past contracts and stuff. So they're actually on books making money. Then you have Amazon. Amazon is taking off. It actually bounced off the 200 here and is going up. Looks like we're going to 24.65. Once we get up to there, then our next fib is 25.31. That's our 618, and that's going to be our main one. And we have AMD. Take a look at it. It's actually just been selling off because of earnings. So you could, I mean, nothing's safe, but you could potentially buy puts on it and just keep on riding it down a few more days. So we have Apple. Apple is hightailing. It's just going. That is our trend that we had kind of drawn out for the bottom of the channel. So I'm actually shocked that it's not above this and kept on going. So Apple looks really good. It's a good solid trend. It's not moving a whole lot. It's actually up and down. It's probably better to be scalping it right now than you are to doing swings because of these ups and downs. And American Airlines, no idea, but they have been going up. They're not. No one's even flying. So the only thing flying is their stock. And Stacy laughing at me. So with it, nothing's making sense. It's hard to say to go ahead and buy a bunch of calls or whatever. It wouldn't surprise me that they've got the market moving like this and talking about it. That any night, it is just going to drop, 300-400 points. So be careful in your trades. We'll go back to ES, end with ES as we always do. Go back to 5-minute chart. It's still going up. This is a scalper's dream right here. I was showing Deb how to do the Ninja Trader today, and we were making like ridiculous money on her demo account. It was fun. Just wasn't fun that we didn't get to keep the money. So anyway, guys, that should be it. I will be back in town Friday. So Friday evening, I'll start doing from my place. We'll be doing a lot of trading next week. If you're not in our Discord, get joined in, and we are going to start setting up some scanners and so forth. That way we can find the scalps and the swings that we can do overnight. So I'll be posting those in there, and that should be set up by next week. So if you're not part of our Discord, get joined up, and you can find the stocks and so forth that will actually work for you. Get some good trades. So anyway, I will see you guys later. I hope you all make some good money tomorrow on any of your swings you've done, and we will do try to do a brief in the morning. And I don't know if I'll be able to for Discord members, but on the this video here, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good day.